If your sewing machine is anything like mine, it probably came with an ugly, nondescript dust cover. We can do better. Hi everyone, my name is Maggie and today I'm back with a brand new sewing tutorial. Today we're going to make a pretty dust cover for our sewing machine. And the first thing you obviously need to do is to make a pattern. If your machine came with a cover like mine, you can use that to make your pattern, or you can draft your own like this. All you need to know are the dimensions of your machine, the height, the width and the depth, and you want to add 2 cm ease to each measurement. On your pattern paper, draw a rectangle as wide as the width of your machine and as high as the height, and add 1/2 the depth on each side. And if your machine has a handle, we need to measure the dimensions of that, add 1 cm ease, and draw the handle opening in as well. Now we'll add a centimeter seam allowance all around and a 2 cm hem allowance at the bottom. Once I had my pattern, I folded it in half, as I was going to use 2 fabrics for each side of my sewing machine cover. I pinned my pattern to the fabric and then cut out each piece, adding 1 cm seam allowance to the center front. Here are the pieces I ended up with, and now we're going to start with the construction. I'll start by clipping in the seam allowance diagonally in the corners of our handle, but if you're making a cover without a handle opening, you can skip this step. Then, along the center front, I joined together each pair of pattern pieces using a 1 cm seam allowance. Once that's done, I hemmed the handle opening with a 1 cm seam allowance as well. Next, I needed to hem the Next, I attached the pockets to the front of the sewing machine cover, and my pocket is just literally a rectangle of fabric made up out of 2 panels, just to add a bit of interest and spice to the proceedings. I sewed the pockets in place, and I also stitched in the ditch between the 2 panels to create 2 separate pockets. Once I've assembled both my front and back panels of the sewing machine cover, I then joined everything at the shoulder seam of the cover, again right sides facing. Next, I needed to close the sides, so I folded the side seams inwards and then sewed across the corner. After that, I closed up the side seam. However, I noticed that it's much easier to do this by first closing the side seam and then closing the corner, as I did on the other side. And hemmed the bottom edge of the cover all the way around with a 2 cm seam allowance. And my So here is my machine with the cover it came with. And with my cover. And this is how the cover turned out. I really love it, especially the pockets, so now I have somewhere to put my bobbin case and the sewing machine oil, which I've had to keep separate from the machine before now, and I think it looks really, really cute. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a like down below, so this video will be shown to more people, and I will see you in my next one.